Up everybody on Thursday evening. I had not planned to do this many live shows every single night, but every single night stuff keeps happening. And then I look around and I'm like, is nobody else going to cover this stuff? Am I going to be the only one to talk about this? And so I went to the various YouTubers, I went to Twitter, and I looked around and I'm like, so nobody wants to cover this? They're just going to pretend like it didn't happen. And this is huge. This is a bombshell. Maybe some of you guys heard it. An absolute bombshell. And it's something else. It's 100% vindication. For me. Am I bragging? Yeah, I'm bragging. I get trashed on Twitter. I have just about every YouTuber mentioning my name, got my name in their mouth, talking crap about me. One guy, he don't know ball. That's the common refrain from people who have no other way to discuss things. That's called an ad hominem. When you can't debate the subject, you look to insult the subject so you don't have to debate the subject. Me? I don't care. I know I'm a lone wolf out here. I know what I'm doing. I see sometimes in the comments, don't you ever talk about anything positive? Well, if you fix a negative, it becomes a positive. But if you ignore the negative, then you can't get to the positive. Some of you guys might be married, and you know damn well you go up to your wife and say, hey, honey, you okay? No, I'm fine. Whoa. She doesn't want to tell me, but there's something wrong. You got to fix it. Not mean it's negative, but something's bothering her. If you're married, you understand what I'm saying. Hey, honey, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. Whoa, hey, alarm bell should be going off. Honey, I need to talk. What is wrong? Because if I've done something wrong or something isn't right, I need to fix it. Did I leave the toilet seat up again? Did I urinate someplace I wasn't supposed to? What did I do? Because obviously I have upset you. Negative, and then you fix it. But you just don't ignore the negative. You just don't say, oh, she's upset, to hell with it. I don't care. She'll get over it. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Not if you want a successful marriage. And it's the same thing with the football team. The upside always takes care of itself. You don't need a cheerleader to say, ooh, that was a great pass. That was fantastic. What you have to have is people who look at things objectively and say, hey, there's something right there that the Buffalo Bills might exploit. Something that there's a problem. And if nobody else wants to talk about it, then how are you ever going to get it fixed? Well, tonight, I got something big to talk about. I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. So while you're here,
come on, show some love and click that like button.
Click the like button. Get everybody in here. Be prepared to have your jaws just drop. Some of you might think, oh, I'm sure. Oh, it's not a big deal, Barry. Oh, it's a huge deal. So let me check my notes here. And I'm down to the part where other people are chirping in my ears and saying stuff. I saw different shows today. And again, like I said, I looked for this. And so I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I'm just going to jump into this. So those of you who've watched some of the videos I've had this week, you understand that I pointed out something about Teron Armstead. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over what I said about Teron Armstead. Actually, he's not the point of the story today. But if you remember, this is what I showed you. And I took the volume off it just so you can see what happened and how this guy ran around him. We've seen it. You've seen it over and over. I've played it. Pissed off Teron. Pissed off the Twitterozzi. Pissed off everybody because I pointed it out. And if you remember, I didn't cut it. I was going to cut it and put it in here. But if you remember, I said, you know what? I wonder if the way that defensive end came off the ball, I wonder the way that defensive end just came flying off the ball, did he see something? Those of you who have been here know I've said that. I said he came off like he knew the snap count. He came off the ball like he was ready to, shot out of a gun and was ready to go. Oh, he must have been offsides. Nope, he wasn't offsides. But he came flying in, surprised the hell out of Teron Armstead, who thought he couldn't hear the snap count and everything else he said. But nonetheless, the guy shot out of a cannon. So did the guy on the other side. And I said, I just wonder if Tua is doing something. Is Eichenberg doing something? Is somebody doing something? Is it Tua's inflection in his voice? Is he doing something that is signaling to these guys, oh, I know what's about to happen? If you remember a couple of days ago, I said, is it his hands? Is he doing something in his hands that's causing people to know, boom, here's what's going to happen? I even mentioned John Elway, and I said John Elway's tell was when he was about to throw, he would find his receiver, his hand would come apart, and he would tap the ball. But I said his arm was so strong, people couldn't react to it. I mentioned the word tell, and I explained to everybody, when you play poker, you look at someone's face, and if their hands are shaking, are they looking away, trying not to make eye contact? Oh, you're holding a pair of kings or something, and I can tell, aren't you? You think this is going to be an easy pot for you to win. That's called a tell. It is widely known in circles outside of the Twitterati. Then I showed you the interceptions. I showed you this, and this is Roquan Smith getting ready to do his thing, but Tua beats him on this play, and he completes the ball to Tyreek. Right? Then the next play, not next play, but the next time he ran it, hey, Tua, got something for you. Boom. Did he see something? Did he see a tell? Remember, at the beginning of that play, let me see if I can bring it up on the full screen here. At the beginning of this play, what you see here, let me go back here. You see Roquan Smith and you see Patrick McQueen. This is the first pass. Look what Patrick McQueen did. He went out in the flat and he completed it. Watch the exact same play and look at Patrick Queen. You guys know who Patrick Queen is? Patrick Queen is number 6. Patrick Queen sees the exact same formation and says, hey guys, here it comes. You can actually see him. Watch. Was that the first one? Yeah. And boom, he took a forward step. It's almost like he knew something was coming. It's almost like, hey, he's doing it again. He actually turned around. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if I need to show it again. Let me just get it queued up so you can see him actually turn to this guy. All right, so want you to see this again. Here's the beginning of which play is it? Okay, that's the interception. So at the beginning of this play, he actually turns. Boom, right there. See him turn? See him turn and say something to that guy? See him turn and say something is coming? He didn't do that on the first play. On the second play, he actually turned and said, hey man, this is coming. How did he know that? How could he have possibly known what was about to happen? The first one, complete, perfect. Second one, I know what's coming. I know what this dude is doing. Hey, Tua, I got you. Hey, move over here, okay? Am I making it up? No, you just saw it. Now, I want to show you the deep interception. This was the other one, and as you're seeing Tua go back, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys around the receiver. 4 guys right there. How could there be 4 guys around a target? How could there be 4 guys in the throwing lanes on one play? I mean, it's almost statistically impossible. I mean, you're telling me with all the other stuff going on in the field, tight end, Achane, everybody else, they had 4 guys where Tua was going to throw the ball. And I said in my video, not lying, you guys can go back and look it up, I said, I wonder if there's a tell. And I saw some of the comments and people were like, I don't even know what you mean when you're saying there's a tell. And I'm saying when you're looking at a play and you're seeing a play run and it's just out of the ordinary that there's going to be 4, 5, 6 guys back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other guy's deep. 6 guys back there. How the hell could you have 4, 5, or 6 guys around 1 or 2 receivers? So, they did have a tell. I don't know what the Miami Dolphins are going to do. If they have communicated this to other teams, the Dolphins are in a shitload of trouble. Oh, Barry, you're being doom and gloom. Nope. I'm going to show you an interview that happened on the Rich Eisen show today. And on the Rich Eisen show today, he actually talked about what happened during the game. And I'm going to just let it play the whole way through, then I'll rewind it and we can talk about it. All right, so this is number 6, Patrick Queen, on the Rich Eisen show at about 2 o'clock. I waited today, it's 7 o'clock right now, to see if anybody was going to pick this up, and they didn't. So listen to what he specifically says right here.
Okay, and then what were you able to effect against Miami so successfully?
Oh, man. It's tails.
Did you see the laugh? Okay, I'm sorry. I said I would play it through all the way. Let me just play it through all the way.
Okay, and then what were you able to effect against Miami so successfully?
Oh, man. It's tails when Miami does and San Fran does that I can't say right now, just in case we have to see those guys again. But it's just, like I said, you just got to affect the quarterback, honestly. You just got to get your D-line and get into those lanes. Just play coverage. Don't let anybody get behind you. Just have the tackle for 4 quarters.
No, and again, I understand. You might have to play Miami again. And then obviously anybody that might have thought that this matchup on Christmas night would have been tighter than the one that we saw would like to see a rematch in the Super Bowl. But you just said there's tells. I'm not asking you to tell me a tell, but you're saying you've seen something.
Yeah.
Who?
You see the look on his face? Did you see what he just said? Rich Eisen is a professional broadcaster, probably one of the best. And his consternation on his face was like, what did you just say? Did you see something? Did you find something? What did you see? And of course, Patrick Queen's not going to tell you, yeah, I saw something. Yeah, I picked up something. And I don't know if he means we, the coach, but something was in the water. They knew the play. They knew what was going to happen. When you know what the other team is going to do, it's kind of easier to defend it. So did they know going in? Did they pick up on it during the game? I don't know. But you can look at this guy who he and Roquan Smith are both Pro Bowlers, and Roquan is an All-Pro, and they're playing some poker big time. Is he lying? Hell no. You can look on his face. They got something on the Miami Dolphins. They absolutely have something on the Miami Dolphins. And it's downright scary that nobody talked about this today. So I'm going to play this, and I want to stop at certain situations because I want to emphasize what he just says here.
Okay, and then what were you able to effect against Miami so successfully?
I just got to smile. I got to laugh. Meaning I'm Patrick Queen. Yeah, we saw some shit, man. We got him. We understand what Mike McDaniel's offense is. We understand what Tua's capabilities are. We knew the plays. He had to look away because he was laughing so much.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Don't make me do this. And at this point, like a shark smelling blood, you can see Rich Eisen's face is like, wait a minute, I got a story here. This guy just gave me a scoop. I got to dig the best I can here to find out what does this guy know.
It's tells when Miami does and what San Fran does
There are tells in what Miami does. Flat out confirmed what I said. I'm 100% vindicated. I knew there was a friggin' tell. I knew that somebody somewhere had picked up some signals and were using it against the Miami Dolphins. Whether it was the snap count, whether it was Tua has a tick, they found out something about the Miami Dolphins offense and the San Francisco 49ers offense. And I'm sure it may have taken a few series to say, are they doing the same thing that Shanahan's doing? Yeah, they're doing the same shit. Oh, so there's something extremely similar between the two offenses. We know, Mike McDaniel came from the Shanahan tree, so I'm sure they brought over a lot of stuff. I'm sure it's a little bit different, but whatever they brought over that's the same, they're doing the exact same thing because they found it in both offenses. Now, of course, if they have to go play San Francisco in the Super Bowl, I'm not going to tell you right now, but Miami, good luck if you got to come to us again because he knows something, absolutely knows something.
Can't say right now, just in case
I can't say because I may have to use it again. It's that valuable.
We have to see those guys again, but it's just, like I said, you just got to affect the quarterback, honestly. You just got to get your D-line and get into those lanes. Just play coverage. Don't let anybody get behind you. Just have the tackle for 4 quarters.
No, and again, I understand. You might.
All right, so Rich is like, wait. Back up with the stuff that you want to tell me. I got to come back. I got to circle back to what you just said, man. You just dropped a bombshell on my show. And you can just see on his face, he's like, oh, shit. Did he just say what I think he said? He's probably thinking in his mind, oh, shit. Is Mike McDaniel going to see this video? Oh, shit. Will the guys on Twitter just ignore it because they don't understand what this all-pro linebacker just said?
I'd have to play Miami again. And then obviously anybody that might have thought that this matchup on Christmas night would have been tighter than the one that we saw would like to see a rematch in the Super Bowl. But you just said there's tells. I'm not asking you to tell me a tell.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. If I was sitting down in this interview, I'd be like, I don't expect you to tell me. Oh, hell yes, I do. I'm going to try and, basically stroke your ego and get you a little bit comfortable, and hopefully you'll blurt it out. But Patrick Queen wasn't going there.
But you're saying...
Look at the look on his face. Come on, man. If that's not a shit-eating grin, I mean, nope, not going to tell you.
You've seen something.
Yeah.
Who do you...
They've seen something. Now, I may be smiling and laughing about what was said in that interview, but it's a big, big problem. In my video a couple of days, I said to you, if you have a tick, if you're doing something, if you're telling and basically letting your opponent know what you're going to do, it's not likely to get fixed in a couple days because it's something you've been used to. It's how you've been running things. And so what ends up happening is today's Thursday, so there's 1 day left to practice, and I'm sure someone's going to scream and go, did you see this friggin' video from Patrick Queen? They know what the hell we're doing. And I guarantee you, Mike McDaniel is going to say, oh shit. Because did he talk to the Buffalo Bills? Did he tell the Bills what they were looking at? Does he have other friends? And these guys all talk. He may be thinking, who do we want to play next? What's more important for us? Maybe we don't tell them, let them find it out. I don't know. But this could be devastating to the Miami Dolphins. How devastating? They could lose. And they could lose big. If I have your playbook or something that indicates to me what you're doing, then I have a huge advantage. If Tyreek is taking a motion or something and it could be such a minuscule thing. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys if you've never played ball. It could be the way Tyreek hops when he goes on motion. It could be the way Tua claps. It could be his voice inflection. It could be Liam Eichenberg and when he snaps. Who knows what it is? See, that's the problem. At this point, you got a leak and there's water coming through the roof or ceiling rather, and you don't know where the leak is. The water's, pooling up in the bedroom, but now you got to bring somebody in and they got to chase the leak around. I don't know. We have a pool. I don't know if any of you guys have ever had a pool. Have you ever had to find a leak in a pool? If the water starts draining down and someone has to, find out where the leak is, you just can't say, hey, come fix the leak in my pool. Can't do it. Guys like, I got to come over. I got to assess things. We're going to put dye in your pump. We're going to see where the dye comes up in the pool. Then we got to drain the pool. That's not a one-day job. Someone on this offense is indicating to the defense what they're doing. And how long Baltimore has known, I don't know. But now you have confirmation. You heard it specifically, not from me, from an NFL player who just got done stomping the ass of the Miami Dolphins, and he looked in a camera, kind of laughed and goes, they got tells. The last thing you want a defensive player to know is that you have a tell. Are you going to hear this from anybody else? I don't know, because maybe they don't understand. There was a time when I was playing when I would put my fingers down when I was going to have to do pass block and put my knuckles down when I was going to run. You put your knuckles down because I'm going to be pushing off. And I remember playing somebody, and then after they beat us, I was like, how did you know? He goes, your knuckles would turn white when you're putting your weight on it. And when you were looking to go to do pass blocking, you wouldn't put weight on your hand. I went, oh my God. You saw that? He goes, yeah. Because your knuckles would turn white, meaning your body weight was leaning forward, which means you were going to drive. And then when you were going to pass block, you would be back off just in a 4-point stance. I mean, with four hands, and there wouldn't be any weight on your hand, so you can get back faster. And I went, holy shit. I gave that away, and there was no way I was going to change it. There was no way in one game that I would even know that was happening. And then after I found out, it took me probably 2-3 weeks to learn not to show my body weight on my arm so that they didn't know whether I was going to pull, whether it's a run, whether it's a pass, because it was a tell. Unless you've played football and you understand the habits and the habitual nature of football players, it's hard to understand what he just said. So I'm trying to explain it to you. Am I being negative? No, I'm being real here. This is a massive problem for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, a friggin' massive problem. There's something people are seeing, whether the Bills know it at this point. I'm sure this video was on Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen is on NFL Network. I'm sure tens of thousands of people have seen that video at this point. Most of them, probably fans, don't even know what was said. But those people who understand football and what's coming up and how big this game is, you only need this much of an advantage. I hope I've explained this enough. Let me jump in here and take some comments. I'm sure people are pissed off already. Let's hear. Nobody fears Tua. Very off topic. Okay, what's this one? Okay. Very off topic. Who's the analyst who's a former NFL player, team talent evaluator on one of the networks now, who has apparently expressed a want to be Dolphins GM? I guess you're talking about Louis Riddick, maybe. That's a part of it. Captain Swole, ball player, former ball player. The bad part is Tua and Armstead said they are not changing anything. Yep, that's what I said in the video. And Buffalo plays a similar style defense as the Ravens. You better hope that Patrick Queen or Roquan or Sean McDermott hasn't talked to Harbaugh or something, because if they told anyone what this tell is, or if they saw it themselves, I said in my video yesterday, I said, guys, sit back with the clicker, rewind, play, rewind, forward, and to look for that one thing, that one advantage, like the movie City Slickers, that one thing. And the Baltimore Ravens found it. And I said I was going to go back and look through all the videos, and I started looking at videos today. I saw that and went, oh, shit, they got it. Whatever it is, they know. Let's see here. That would help a ton. It would definitely help a ton. I don't understand why Tua doesn't use the pump fake. I don't know. But I'm just trying to think. It's all about adjustments, and if we make those adjustments, it should be okay. What do you make an adjustment to? He didn't tell you what the tell was. He didn't say, hey, listen, here's what happens. The guy raises his head. He picks his nose. I mean, whatever it is, he didn't tell you what it is. So you're looking at a team with, 11 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense, and I don't know what the tell is. You can actually watch the game every single game and see what's going on, and you may not pick it up. So how do you adjust to something you don't know? I guarantee you Mike McDaniel is going through game tape right now and going, what the hell did he pick up? I guarantee you, with no equivocation, Frank Smith and Mike McDaniel are burning midnight oil going, what did this guy pick up? And then you got to hope you can fix it. The first clip you showed was an overthrown ball. Jermaine, you're looking at macro or micro rather. What I pointed out was there were 4 guys there. 4. Why were there 4 guys back there covering 1? Not so much where the ball went, whether it was overthrown. Why were 4 guys back there? What did they know to drop 4 people in that spot? That's what you're not understand. Jermaine is either from Samoa or Tuscaloosa. Oh, God, that's too funny. Play the clip again, Barry. Okay, you want to see the interception clip. Okay, so, let's humor Jermaine here. All right, Jermaine, here we go. We're going to play the clip, and as you see, boom. I played a lot of ball. I don't ever recall a defensive coordinator calling a play where he says, put 4 guys on Tyreek. I want you to have 2 or 3 up front, and I want you to have 1 or 2 behind him. The football field is 50-plus yards wide and 100 yards long, and there's other players on the field, and for some reason, they have 4 people in the general vicinity of Tyreek Hill. I don't know what else to tell you at that point. You can see it yourself. So, yeah, I played it. Tell has to be count or motion. It could be either one of those things that are letting them know get off at that point. Maybe they have timed it out. When he takes off of his motion, there's 2.1 seconds, go 1,000, 2,000, boom, shoot. That could be it as well. I mean, it could be anything. Hey, Robert, thank you very much for that. Was it because of Waddle not playing? Don't know. He didn't tell us. He just laughed and went, yeah, they got to tell. And I don't think it would be one player. It's something to do with either the snap of the ball, the formation, the motion, as somebody said. I don't know. You'd have to study the film to see what they picked up on. But for him to say that's huge, that there's a tell here. Barry is still cooking. I'm just telling you what he said. I mean, this isn't native. Q, I know you hate hearing this kind of stuff. You can ignore it all you want. I guarantee you that coaches aren't. I guarantee you Rich Eisen, who likes the Dolphins, probably called a couple of people and go, did you hear this shit? Did you hear what Patrick Queen just said, that they figured something out with the Dolphins? Yeah. Woo. And you saw his face like, oh, shit. You figured something out? Yeah, I got something. Yeah, we got something on these guys. And obviously, they spanked them 56-19. So it must have worked, whatever it was. Let's see here. It's something with, he said it's something with the 49ers also. I don't think it has to do with the player being in or not. It's the play. There's something, I agree with you. There's something with their cadence. There's something with the movement. I don't know what it is. But he does, and he was very confident in it. And he's like, yeah, we got him. We got him. Let's see, Tua can't pump fake. He drops the ball with his small hands. Barry is cooking Kermit the Frog for dinner. No, I'm just trying to tell you guys something. Media pundits can tell their opinions. I'll do my own research. He's not a media pundit. Patrick Queen's a starting linebacker for the team that just beat the crap out of the Miami Dolphins. He's not a pundit. He's a Pro Bowler sitting next to an All-Pro in Roquan Smith, and he just told you. He just happened to tell a media pundit. He just happened to let Rich Eisen know. But he's not a pundit. He's an actual player. He was on the field. I just showed you his number. Understand, there's no getting away from this. There is nobody on any channel, anywhere, who can say that there is no tell, because all they would be doing is trying to say that Patrick Queen is a liar. Tua's fantastic. There's no tell. Well, obviously he felt there was, and they won 56-19. So there's no debate here. There's no way to deflect from it. This is complete equivocation. And what I mean by that is the starting linebacker went on television and smiled at Rich Eisen and said, "We got him. There's a tell." He used the exact same word I did in my video and videos the last couple days. Maybe that's why Teron Armstead couldn't respond, had to delete it and get it off the page. Remember what he said? "Hey, Barry, there was a miscommunication." He was very nice. "There was a miscommunication," saying it was either Tua's or Liam Eichenberg's fault. Crowd noise. Who knows what it was? And by saying that, did he give the tell? Was his response to me the actual giving of the tell? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. And, you know, you can look at this stuff over and over and over again, and you can see that these guys were back there like 4 or 5
and then
deep.
What were you able to affect against Miami?
What were you able to affect?
Successfully?
Oh man, it tells him when Miami does and what San Fran does that I can't.
Now, also notice what he said. He said tells, not a tell. He said there are tells. Okay, so I'm a wordsmith. I listen to what people actually say. There are tells. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, whoa, I didn't mean to paraphrase there. If they don't get a hold of this quickly, they will lose on Sunday. Sorry. I'm just saying, if they know what the tell is, they've got Micah Hyde and I forget Jordan Poyer back there playing safety. They got 2 decent linebackers. If they picked up on it as well, because I'm sure Sean McDermott, if he didn't know already, heard that and said, "Okay, what the hell's going on here? What did he see? Guys, get in here. Let's look. Let's see what we can find." That's just crazy. Let's see what we got here. They put it in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said it. Ravens 187 said, "Tells or tendencies lean more to later." Tells or tendencies lean more to later, okay? Bills have to contain Mostert. He's a dual threat. Yeah, but I don't know if you guys saw this yet. Let me just jump to this real quick. I'll come back to it since you brought up Mostert. This is today's injury report, most updated injury report. Bradley Chubb, as you know, he's not going to be going. Tyreek Hill did not practice, but that wasn't for his ankle. Obviously, his house fire caused that. Xavier Howard did not practice. Raheem Mostert did not practice. Jalen Waddle did not practice. So I don't know. We'll see as the week progresses who's going to actually be available or not. So let's hope it. Good point here. Week 3 would have to agree the Bills already know. Great point. I didn't even think of that. They already blew Miami out. They scored 48 points, almost hung a 50-burger on them. And we all thought it was because of, some other problems, that something else was going on. Maybe that was it. Maybe they already know the tell. I don't think anyone's thought of that. Perfect. Great comment, Raven. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh shit, maybe they did already pick it up. Has anyone thought of that? Can you imagine if they already know what these tells are that the Dolphins have? Whew, that could be unbelievable. Tua got to cut up the Bills like Swiss cheese. Okay. If you want to confuse Tua, ask him a simple math question. Oh my God. Oh God, this is too funny. This is too funny, some of you guys. Raven 187, he just brushed past some football knowledge. I don't know, you guys must be talking to each other. Not really sure what that means to what you were saying. If they do know, if they do know what the tell is, and McDaniel doesn't make halftime adjustments, which he hasn't been able to make halftime adjustments or pregame adjustments, his job should be on the hot seat. Absolutely. Again, let me just stress, a linebacker on a team that just whacked your ass just went on an interview with an NFL analyst, NFL broadcaster, and said, yeah, we got something on them. That would send off all kinds of bells and alarms if I was in Mike McDaniel's office. I would be, if I was Chris Greer, I'd be running down the hall. Dude, what do they see? What is it that you see? Because you're looking for it in Buffalo. You're looking for it for every team you play against. So now someone has basically acknowledged in open public, they know what you're doing. Tony Montana, McDaniel, and Tua are going to change that tell for Sunday and confuse all the Bills. Let's hope so. Absolutely, let's hope so. I mean, it is such a big key. You will have to see something change at this point. Anything. Maybe, I don't know. Since we don't know what it is, and Patrick Queen ain't telling us, something has to be adjusted. I got game says it was Liam's first game at center. Then Armstead got hurt versus Bills. Now he has 8 starts, different team. Okay, yeah, he's got 8 starts, and I heard Butch Berry talking about it's a different Liam Eichenberg than it was beginning, but that doesn't have anything to do with what the tell was. Liam Eichenberg played against Baltimore, and they got destroyed. So all of the projection and this is going to happen, you're not focusing on what this defensive player on a arguably the best team in the league had to say. I'm trying to get you to focus on that and understand this isn't negative. This is strategic talk, man. This is something where you don't normally hear this. I mean, if I took a poll right now and said, hey guys, how many times have you heard in your lifetime a professional football player who just got done beating a team saying, we found a tell? This is the kind of information you never hear about. It is never discussed, and it's definitely not discussed in public on a broadcast, which tells me something else. And I'm wondering if you guys know what else it tells me. I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me we found something so deep, they can't change it. Think about that. Why would you tell your tell? Why would you say, you know what, I got a pair of aces here, and I know from your tell that you probably have a pair of jacks. I can tell how you're betting. But you know I have a pair of aces, so let's see what happens on the flop. Of course not. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing and allow you to try and fix it. So he has announced it, which means they are so confident in what they've found, they don't think you can fix it. They don't care. Yeah, we found a tell, which tells me it's ingrained into the offense. You know, some of you guys are talking about Liam didn't play this game or that game or whatever. It's something else. Dig. A player doesn't come out and tell you what he's going to do unless he knows you can't stop him. That would be ludicrous. Why would I tell the San Francisco 49ers, who he could potentially play in a Super Bowl if they were to get there, hey, listen, I got something on you. Unless it's so deep ingrained in the offense, you can't stop it. You would have to change your entire offense. That's the problem. That's why I'm saying this could be something that could cause the Miami Dolphins some serious headaches and problems on Sunday, because whatever they found is so deeply ingrained into how the offense works that you probably can't extricate it. You probably can't take it out. And if you can't take it out, that's where your big problem is. Hey, Demetrius, how you doing? Hey, Barry, does our defense have a tell as well? Because 48 and 56 points is wild. Both sides of the ball need to get it together so we don't end up one and done in the playoffs. I don't know. He's a linebacker, so I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe. No, he was talking about defense. He was talking about how to stop the Miami offense, because Rich Eisen asked him, hey, let me just bring that back up again. Just let's make sure he was talking specifically about playing defense and not something on the offenses. I mean, well.
Okay, and then what were you able to affect against Miami so successfully?
Oh man, it's tells in what Miami does and what San Fran does that I can't say right now, just in case we have to see those guys again. But It's just, like I said, you just got to affect the quarterback, honestly. You just got to get your D-line to get into those lanes.
Okay, so he's talking about the Miami Dolphins offense. It wasn't our defense in terms of, at least he didn't mention it. He specifically said, yeah, we got something, we got to tell. And Rich tried to push him on it. He's like, you just got to pressure the quarterback and stay in your lanes and don't let anything get behind you. Let things come in up front. So he wasn't really, from that cut, I didn't get that he was talking about the Miami Dolphins defense. It seems though he was talking about the Miami Dolphins offense, which makes sense because he's a defensive player. Last time Buffalo played in Miami, who won? I don't know. I guess does it matter? Is it germane to the subject? What do we got here? Well, the tell is deep because the Ravens would never reveal that tell right before a game they want us to win. Nope. It's real deep. It's a lump. It's something that you just can't put makeup on. There's something there. And the smile on his face, the smirk that he gave was what got me. I mean, yeah, we got him. And so, yeah, it's very deep. Yeah, Jamie Clayton says, I want to know what is the tell. I don't know. Guys, I would tell you if I saw it myself, but I'm saying you guys, as you watch the game, maybe you'll see something and go, oh, I see it. We can talk during the game. I'll be broadcasting, as you know. I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking to see if there's any sort of head movement or guys saying, go here, pre-snap, that they see something. Because then you're going to maybe have an idea as to what's going on. Raven AC again. Fangio's scheme is good against pocket passers if you have a mobile quarterback and put the backer in conflict. He hasn't adjusting. There has been a huge problem with adjustments here. You're thinking it's to his hands and feet. I mean, is he doing something? I don't know. Maybe we can pull some plays and see, does he go like this when it's going to be a run? Does he go like that when it's going to be a pass? I mean, you understand, I'll look, that if Mike McDaniel has been pushing this scheme for Tua to get the ball off in 2.3 seconds versus a handoff, maybe he turns his left hand up to get the snap. I don't know. I'll have to look deeper. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. He said both teams, so it's not just Tua. Whatever it is, it's Purdy too. So that tells me it's the scheme. It tells me it's something to do with the play, not so much an individual player, but it could be anything. I have looked like crazy, and I have marine vision to study everything to the very little detail. Well, there's something there. There's definitely something there. What do we got here? I'm trying to get away from the arguments here. Here's a big one. Hey, Tom, how you doing, brother? Told you this was going to be a good one. 44% of plays going to Tyreek also is a factor. Yeah, when you saw that pass play and they dropped basically 4 guys around him, are they ignoring everything else? Do they now know when he's going to go to Tyreek? I don't know. That's very, very interesting. I'm butthurt? No, dude, this is an interesting topic. Who's butthurt? How is talking about something that an NFL player we just played, talking about what he said, something breaking, something such a bombshell, negative? How is it butthurt? Gosh, man, I don't get you guys. Were these tells on the opening drive? Well, the opening drive, they went down and scored, and then, of course, Tyreek dropped the ball, so maybe it was something that they saw, wanted to confirm, and then were able to pounce. I don't know. But, again, he wouldn't have said it if it wasn't real. Are they all just keying on Tyreek? They're going to just go over after. Oh, wait a minute. Wildlife says, why put so much into snap count and crowd noise? It's a home game. Well, I guess at this point, I can go into the next part. Buffalo will not overcrowd Miami fans. You guys are beginning to talk about it. Well, here's a good thing. There are two tails, one in the huddle, one in motion. Didn't think about that. Is there a tail in the huddle? Is somebody leaving the huddle too soon? Are they looking at each other, saying something in the huddle? Remember in the Hard Knocks, I didn't see it, but there was something that Tua said to Tyreek. I think it was Tyreek. And he's like, don't look. Don't look and let them see what we're about to do. Have they known? You think about what he said. He said, don't turn around. Just go ahead and walk out there. Just do this. Did he know that someone was watching as well? Who knows? This is really good stuff for me. 8-point game before we rush into the 2-minute warning. We let this game get away. There are no tells. I can't. I just can't with you guys. You just heard an NFL player tell you he saw something, and you are basically saying he's lying. And not only did he lie about the tell, he looked one of the biggest broadcasters in the NFL in the face, and he lied to him too. You see the stretch you're making there? You see how far some of you will stretch so as not to put the onus on the Miami Dolphins? You just called a grown-ass man a liar that you don't even know. A grown-ass man who beat down the Miami Dolphins 56-19, and you said he's a liar. What is wrong with you people? I can't imagine that kind of fanboy stuff where you get shown something, specifically shown something. The guy's mouth is moving, and you're like, nope, no, it's not true, not true. Why? Because XYZ person told me it wasn't true. Whew. Man, wow, unfriggin' believable. Yeah, it's not just Dolphins fans, it's Dolphin cultish fans. You looked at an all-pro who just said something, and you said he lied. What the hell is wrong with you people? Why? All right, if he lied, since he already just kicked our ass, what benefit does he have to go talk to Rich Eisen and go, hey, I'm going to lie to you and say we have a tell? How's it advantageous to him? But yet you people, some of you people, oh no, he's lying. There's no tells. We're perfect. Tua is the left arm of God. Mike McDaniel is the best coach ever. There's no tells. I can't help you. I can't help you. You taking his word, a linebacker from another locker room? Okay. Dude, have at it. He lied. I'm not taking his word. I just know one thing about the media. And that one thing about the media, and Tua has found out, the Miami Dolphins have found out, you don't friggin' lie directly to the media. I've said it many a times. You don't fucking piss off people who buy ink by the barrel. They can bury you. And I don't know if you've been watching Stephen A. Smith the last couple of days, but he's not even talking like a broadcaster anymore. He's like, I'm disgusted. I hope this team just gets obliterated. He's over it. Emmanuel Acha, who's been a great friend to Miami, say, hey man, it's on Tua. You got to do it. I can't do this anymore. People are bailing. And they're bailing because you guys talk like this. You're not even being sensical. You're calling grown men liars that you don't even know. And you're assuming that there's some sort of conspiracy here. So he went on the Rich Eisen show and he lied to Rich Eisen. And then Rich Eisen put out the video and they're all, trying to hurt the Miami Dolphins. Think about what you're saying. Ooh. And nobody talk about Tua, even if it's true. Tua starting in the Pro Bowl. So, if he wants to go over there and do some Nickelodeon shit, that's fine. Who cares? Who absolutely cares? It's not even a game. Starting in what? Flag football? Talk to me if he makes All-Pro, where the fans can't stuff the ballot. I bet you voted 50 times yourself. It means nothing. It's nice. You get to go to Orlando and play flag football and hang out with the Nickelodeon and get slimed. Come on, man. Grow up. Daniel Paul said, Tyreek said himself he gives a sign to Tua. Did they go ahead and maybe they picked up on that? Whatever that sign was, that's very possible. Every bit possible. So I can't take any more time talking to people who just are so stone-headed, who have to just, no matter what they hear, say it's not true because it just can't possibly be. This team is so great that it can't possibly be. I'm telling you right now, I don't normally make predictions. I called the Cowboys game. I said the Dolphins will beat the Cowboys. I'm telling you right now, if Buffalo has gotten wind of this tell, they will beat the Miami Dolphins. Period. End of story. You'll see it if you see guys starting to fly around and do certain things. But if they know, it's over. Once you have a tell that's deep into the offense, you're not going to extricate it. Damn, this is disheartening as Barry, you peg it the other day. I said it. You're absolutely right. I mean, I saw something. I'm like, dude, he got off the ball so quick. It's like he knew the snap count. He knew something. When you're looking at it from an objective perspective and you're not just, one of those people, you can see something just don't add up right. No, when you see what Teron said to me, when you see, and I'm not going to drag him anymore, but you saw he tried to communicate. And he said it was a problem between miscommunication between Tua and Liam or him. He threw somebody under the bus. Somebody got pissed off. I don't know. Says crowd noise is a problem. And what's funny? Before I close here, I want to show you guys a video. And this video is really funny. Talk about people not wanting to believe what they are being shown. When people have no reason to tell you things, they're not trying to obfuscate. So I saw all day on Twitter after I launched my video that the Bills fans are coming down here in legion. They are planning to come down here and take over the Hard Rock. And I saw people on Twitter all day, oh, it's not true. It's not true. They're not going to do it. And I'm like, how do you know? Why would a Buffalo newscast talking to Buffalo people just completely, yeah, I understand there's fake news, make up a story about people traveling and show you people in the airport? So I ran this today, and some people got ticked off, but just listen to this.
Who do you think is going to be louder on Sunday in Miami? Buffalo Bills fans or those other spectators? I'll give you a moment.
Go Bills.
All right, new numbers show more than half of those seats at Hard Rock Stadium are expected to be filled by Bills fans as the hometown team continues to push into the playoffs.
More people are traveling this year than I've ever seen. It's going to be insane.
It seems every time the Bills travel to South Florida, it turns into one big Buffalo beach party. But this year might be one for the record books.
It seems like everybody's gone. It seems like the city might be empty.
Tommy Cowan and Brian Scanlon are the co-owners of 40 Thieves on Elmwood Avenue. The bar and kitchen, a 5-year sponsor of the Bills Backers at the Beach event, set again for this Saturday afternoon in Fort Lauderdale.
Open bar food, giveaways. Some of the Bills families come down. It's a good party.
The loyalty that this town has for their team is incredible.
And who wouldn't want to get out of Buffalo this time of year? I mean, I think they're expecting snow. It's cold as hell. Come on down to South Florida, even though it's not really warm down here right now.
They bring all the energy the Bills need down there for us.
40 Thieves teaming up with Bills Backers Miami on the 800-person event. Limited tickets still remain, but Cowan says their party is only a part of the festivities.
2,000-3,000 people will be on A1A, right on the beach.
It's going to be crazy.
Crazy.
So thousands on the beach, and then on Sunday, tens of thousands of Bills.
Tens of thousands of Bills fans. So, the late arrivals that always show up at the Hard Rock, and we're broadcasting a game, I'm like, look at all the empty blue seats. Where the hell is everybody? And you got tens of thousands of potential Bills fans heading down to the Hard Rock.
Fans inside Hard Rock Stadium. VividSeats.com projects that more than half of the people in attendance will be Bills fans. Using their fan forecast algorithm, VividSeats.com tells 7 News that they project the split of fans on Sunday to be 52% to 48% in favor of the Bills.
Now I saw a couple people like, oh, that's not possible. It's just one guy. You know, when you do polls and political polls, the sample size is only like sometimes 1,000 people, and they can gauge based upon that sample size what's going to happen. Not an exact science. So they've got an algorithm running, and they understand that based upon certain amount of seats being purchased, we can forecast the demand. If any of you guys have ever been in e-commerce, you understand if someone's coming to your site and they're buying tickets or they're buying widgets or they're buying whatever, you need to know, and you can see what the demand is per hour, per minute, how many things are being purchased, and then you can, schedule accordingly. So if you're seeing a huge rush and you're getting these sales, it doesn't necessarily mean that only X is actually happening. And I've heard people say some really stupid stuff like, just don't sell them your tickets. Are you freaking kidding me? You think they're doing an interview before they sell the tickets? People who want to get rid of tickets, just get rid of tickets. There's 70,000 seats there. A lot of season tickets. These people put them on the secondary market. Some people put them on the secondary market with no intention of going to a game. They're looking to make money. They're buying these things at face value. They're selling them on the open market. And then people saying, don't sell your tickets to Bills fans. How do you know who a Bills fan is? You're not typing in the thing, hey, listen, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and I want to buy your tickets. No. You've put your tickets on the exchange. That's one place. Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, Ticket Liquidator. Barry, how do you know all this? I was a broker for Ticket Liquidator. I used to sell lots of tickets for different events. You wouldn't even imagine how many tickets get sold before people even know they're sold. You ever try to buy a ticket to, what's her name? Taylor Swift show? You're like, how could all these tickets sell out this fast? Because the ticket brokers come in and buy the bucket. And so when you say, like some people said, that's just a small sample, you have no idea. You can't tell with their algorithm how many tickets they're actually moving and how many they're moving per hour.
Doesn't surprise me.
Nick Giamuso is the president and CEO of VIP Tix, an online ticket marketplace based right here in Buffalo.
Bills Mafia is certainly the top 1 or 2 teams in the league as far as fans traveling to away games, and they travel well.
Giamuso tells me VIP Tix is seeing ticket prices for Sunday's game starting at $435.
Wow.
And believes prices will only go up as we move closer to the game.
It's kind of the perfect storm. This game has AFC East championship implications. Fans are excited.
They certainly are. They are the hottest tickets of this week in the NFL. Bills, Dolphins down there in South Florida. If you're heading to Florida, you can find info about that Bills backers gathering. It's on the story at WKBW.com. But a projected 52% of fans inside that stadium Sunday will be rooting for Buffalo.
Is anybody catching on to?
All right, so can you imagine what the stadium would be like if indeed more than half the people there are Buffalo Bills fans? If you have a ticket, go. If you know someone who's on the fence, they're not sure if they want to go. Scream. Get there early, stay there late. Scream. It's funny, somebody in one of my comments said something that's really funny. He said that the Miami Dolphins fans that he knows, they cheer when the team's on offense, and then they start looking at their phones when the team's on defense. When they're on defense, that's when you need to be cheering the most. Screaming so Josh Allen and his boys can't hear. We've already seen what our guys do when they can't hear. And so you're telling me that, so we punted? Okay, so let me just check Twitter. Let me check Facebook. Let me know when we get the ball back, okay? Is that really happening? Are people checking out when the defense gets on the field? That's scary. Get there, man. Get there. Barry, this is nothing new. I was a season ticket holder for 6 years. They always take over. Wow, worst game I witnessed was 2017 when they finally made the playoffs with Tyrod freaking Taylor. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. If Miami loses, Barry, there will be plenty of fights. You talking about on the field or here? I don't know. That's funny. It also hurts that this game is at night. Right now it's 60 degrees at night in Dade County. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm up here in Boca. Let me see what it says here for where we are. 62 with a feel-like temperature of 61, and it's 8:20, which means the game would just be getting ready to start. So it's going to be chilly. I mean, it could be 55 to 60 at game time. So there's no advantage there. Dude, if you feel all I do is whine and bitch, why are you here? That's a good question. I would wonder why you're here. Night game means liquored up fans. Absolutely. Have some fun either way, won't we? Yeah. And don't forget, 8:05, I go live. So yeah, Buffalo weather is 25 degrees and 2 feet of snow. Yeah, get me on a plane down here if I'm one of those guys. So I'm sorry that people. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all if you're upset of what I covered today. I'm not at all sorry. A lot of people enjoy getting real information. A lot of people enjoy understanding what goes on under the hood in football. It's not just all pom-poms and rah-rah and hooray, because anybody can do that. I could sit here and just go, oh, this is the best game ever. Tua's going to throw for 450 yards and 6 touchdowns, and Tyreek's going to get 200 yards receiving, and I don't think Buffalo has a chance. But I would be lying out of my ass. I don't know that, so I'm trying to tell you stuff that I actually know, that I can actually relate to you and tell you things. You know, it's one of those things where you hear a guy talking, and this guy actually says the truth, and you're calling him a liar. I'm going to play this one more time before I go.
Okay, and then what were you able to affect against Miami so successfully?
Oh man, it's tells when Miami does and what San Fran does that I can't say right now, just in case we have to see those guys again. But it's just like I said, you just gotta affect the quarterback. Honestly, you just gotta get your D line and get into those lanes. Just play coverage. Don't let anybody get behind you. Just have the tackle for 4 quarters.
No, and again, I understand. You might have to play Miami again, and then obviously anybody that might have thought that this matchup on Christmas night would have been tighter than the one that we saw would like to see a rematch in the Super Bowl. Well, you just said there's tells. I'm not asking you to tell me a tell, but you're saying you've seen something.
Yeah,
I've seen something. So somebody put in one of the comments here, tell us something positive. Well, something positive that you may want to take a look at is the injury report. Devon Achane is limited. Teron Armstead, who was a DNP yesterday, is limited, so he played. And down here at the bottom, we can see Jalen Ramsey is full practice. You can see that Tua is full practice, so he's not having any issues. Duke Riley is limited practice, so there's only 5 guys to worry about. That's a positive thing. You don't have to worry about all the guys being hurt. That's positive. It's going to be a full stadium either way. That's positive. Can they beat the Buffalo Bills? Yeah, they can beat the Buffalo Bills. They absolutely can beat the Buffalo Bills. I don't think anybody is saying they don't have a chance. Of course they can beat the Buffalo Bills. You put 22 guys on the field and let them just tear each other up, something's going to happen. A lot of people say Josh Allen is a turnover machine. Maybe he turns the ball over a couple times and it causes some problems for Buffalo. So, yeah, there's some positives. And the thing is, you always go into the game positive. But just like when I go on a trip, I make sure I got my AAA card. Make sure we got a nice spare tire. Make sure we all go to the bathroom before we leave. And we head out in the car. But we're prepared for any eventuality. We don't just not put oil in the car. We don't not put air in the tires. We make sure everything is working right. We lock up the house and turn on the alarm. Why? Do we think we're going to get robbed? No. Just in case, we make sure. Dolphins fans who think the other way don't ever want to think of what could possibly happen wrong. To me, that's foolish. To me, that's absolutely foolish. To me, that's just ignoring everything and going la 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 la. You know, I just don't live my life that way. I don't conduct my business that way. You always plan for the eventualities of something going wrong. And right now, from what I've shown you tonight, you may not like it, but there's a huge issue that the Miami Dolphins need to be aware of. Maybe you don't care. You're a fan. You don't care about the intricacies of the game. That's possible. That's very possible. Like, I don't even want to know. I just want them to go out there and win. I just want to make sure that everything goes right. I don't need to know the details. I don't need to be involved in how the sausage is made. But for those of you who do, for those of you who like the intricacies of the game and understand all the different strategies and movements and idiosyncrasies of football, that's who I look to talk to. And what I saw today was a NFL linebacker who's Pro Bowl, All-Pro. He and Roquan Smith looked in a camera, talked to an NFL broadcaster who I respect. I think a lot of you guys respect Rich Eisen. He's not Stephen A. Smith. He's been a friend of the Miami Dolphins, even though he's a Jets fan. He's always spoke kindly of the Miami Dolphins. He's not looking to cause and be bombastic. And he aired an interview, a taped interview, where a linebacker on the Baltimore Ravens said he found or they found a tell in the Miami Dolphins offense. Don't believe him? Don't believe him. You'll see it Sunday. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they can indeed pull this out. Hopefully there won't be any more breaking news between now and Sunday. We can all just relax. But if there is, I will definitely let you know. Don't forget, I go live Sunday at about 8:05. Just go ahead and if you go to the page and click on live, you can go ahead and click and be notified when I do go live. Thanks for tuning in on a Thursday. This was big news. Some of you might not like it, but it's huge, huge news that there is a tell with the Miami Dolphins offense, and I don't know if there's enough time for them to extricate themselves from whatever they're doing that's giving this tell to defenses. Talk to you soon. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. We'll talk.